what I'm doing right now is I'm doing walkthroughs of my edits for another podcast that I do, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I have just completed the edit in Audacity. Last time you saw me took it all the way to the end. I actually put in the outtakes or the post-credit scenes, whatever you want to call them, afterwards, and I saved it. I did not do this enough as I was editing. Save. So I saved it. What I'm going to do right now is take you through my process of actually completing the file before I upload it to my media host, which is Libsyn that I use. But wherever you use it, self-host, Podbean, wherever you've chosen to store your podcast media files, that is up to you. I recommend Libsyn and Podbean. Steven recommends self-hosting. I actually wouldn't mind self-hosting if it wasn't so much work for me, and I would rather produce content rather than screw around with a website. But that's just me with a hobbyist mentality. I do back up all my files, so I have them locally in case that ever happens. And Libsyn has not claimed ownership of any of my files, so I'm free to do with them whatever I want to. All right, so I have the entirety of the podcast here, all the tracks. I can actually select everything and view fit vertically. You can see all the tracks. It's a little bit better. I have the tease up front. I have the Gonna Geek pre-roll, and I have the intro, which is 2 different tracks. I have the mono track that I have edited in Audacity, plus it was from an export from the video that I have edited in Movie Studio. So that's that track right there. And then this track on the bottom actually used to be up here as I was editing. That is the bumps as I'm replacing them. And then over here, you have the outro and the outtakes. So that is what all the files are. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this puppy started. I'm going to go ahead and export this as a WAV file. I'm going to put it in the correct file, which is Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the audio edit, we'll put final on the end. I know it's final. I'm going to save it. And yes, save as a mono file. The reason I'm not exporting as an MP3 file is because this does not use the Fraunhofer encoder. It uses the Lame encoder, and there is a difference between the two, and I would prefer to keep my audio as good as it can get all the way through to the end. So we're going to go ahead and export this as a WAV. This is a lossless file format that can be read by iTunes. I'm going to do this on principle. I could do the same thing in Movie Studio because it does use the Fraunhofer encoder, but just in case you don't have Movie Studio, I'm going to go ahead and use iTunes here. I'm going to bring up my iTunes. Yes, I know it's a hog and whatever, but as you can see, I'm not going to download that yet. I'll do that off the air here, and I'm going to go ahead and add that file to my library. Find it right there. I'm going to go ahead and encode it. How I do that is convert, but before I do that, I've gone to edit and preferences, gone to import settings, and I've changed this. I think it starts out as AAC encoder. I've changed it to MP3 encoder, and then I use the higher quality, which gives me that 96 kilobits per second with mono, and that is what I want. So I'll choose OK. I'll choose OK, and it used to be you could right click and convert, but Apple chose to take that away, so I will go to convert, create MP3 version. That will create a new version right there. Let that actually run. This used to take a long time. Like when podcasting started back in 2005 and computer technology was not as fast as it is today to produce audio, that might have taken as long as the actual file. So it's a lot faster now, and I appreciate that. So right click, I will show in Windows Explorer. There's the file. I will cut it because I don't want it there anymore. And I have a directory, podcast files, finished podcasts, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yep, that's all the podcasts, which is also backed up several places. Don't have to worry about losing it. I'll right click and paste. Bingo, that's there. I'll right click and I will rename it. Sure. Season 1, episode 03. This was recorded 2018, October 21st. And as you can see on all the other things, I have been placing the podcast title or the episode title, which I have not here. I don't know why I have not done that. So I'm going to put in Kandahar. Actually, we'll go in later and change those two, but I'm not going to upload a new file to Libsyn because that will screw up my stats. So 2 Dead Men and 3 a.m. Go ahead and change it right here. But I'm not going to upload them. 3 a.m. 2 Dead Men. Not want to delete that. Able to undo. Rename 2 Dead Men. It just keeps the naming convention that I've got going on. As you can see right here, the title, the number, the contributing artist, all that stuff is not in there. So I need to add ID3 tags. I could do it in iTunes, but that's a pain to have to open up 2 files, copy and paste between the 2, open, close, copy, paste, open, close, copy, paste, that sort of thing. So I actually use an ID3 tag editor called Take and Rename. So if I right click any file in here, doesn't matter if it's the file I need to, open Take and Rename. That'll open it in the directory, which I'm at, and you can see all the files, lots and lots of podcast files there. I'm just going to go to the last one, right click that, copy tag, and then right click the Kandahar, paste the tag. I'm not going to copy the lyrics or the track number over because I know I'm going to have to change those anyway. I'll leave the title field because I'm just going to change that. All right. As you can see, it is now almost fully populated. The track name isn't there. Track number isn't there. So I double click, open it up, I put the track number in, and then I change the title around. 2 Dead Men, Kandahar, and then Control A to select everything, Control C to copy, and go over to more additional, and Control V to paste those in. Change the episode ID to 259, and then season and episode number. All I have left is the lyrics, and believe it or not, I have a file just off to the right, which I need to make sure that it is all the same font. No matter in this particular case. Let's see why in a second. I'm going to go ahead and select that all. I know this is off camera. Oh, and I need to add in one last thing. So I need to bring up that Audacity. I need to click there and get it closer right there. And that's at 32 minutes, 57 seconds. Is how I determine the timestamps in my show notes, by the way. Select everything, copy it, I'll bring it over. I do it in Word. You're not supposed to do it in Word. I do it in Word. You're not supposed to do it in Word because it adds extra characters back in there. In this particular case, it's not going to matter because I'm going to bring up, once again, Take and Rename, lyrics, and I'm going to do a Control-Shift-V. This is on Windows, by the way, and that's text only. So that comes on over, and I'll save it. Now I have my file that is all ID3 tags. I will double click that again just to make sure I have everything right in general. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D, copyright 2018. I'm the composer. Lyrics are good. Additional is good. That is all good. Podcast checked. All right. I'm going to delete that. Now the file is ready to upload. Now you know how I do. All right, guys, thanks for checking in. If you have any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter at Stargate Pioneer, or you can email me stargatepioneer@gonnageek.com. I will check you guys later. Thanks for checking this out. Bye.